Howdy folks, it's BG and welcome back to the channel. Appreciate that very much. And we're announcing our entry into the Great Porsche Group build 2025. Yes, it is that time of year again. And it looks like we're going to be going to from June 1st to September 30th. Of course, just post your videos on YouTube if you want to. If you're not able to do YouTube stuff, or if you are able to do YouTube stuff and you want to participate on the Facebook page, please do so. Mr. Lucas C is hosting a Porsche page, and we like to post some of our progress there. But again, you're not beholden to do that. Just post wherever you like. But I just wanted to give you those options. But yeah, we got a couple of kits. Well, I say a couple, but it's actually three. Three kits here. See, two Hasegawa, no, excuse me, got a Fujimi, a Hasegawa, and a Revell, which is really just a reboxing of the Revell Germany kit. All three of these kits are really cool. I wanted to do a race car this year. The last 2 years we did street cars. I want to do a race car this year. I've had this kit in the stash for quite a while, and we'll take a peek at it here because it's got a little bit of an issue that I've been told is pretty much indicative to all of these kits. And that, you'll see that we got the rubber bands on there. We've had the rubber bands on there for a couple of years. But this chassis piece here is actually warped. Yeah, it's like the ramp they used in The Man with a Golden Gun to jump the car over the river. That's how it looks. I've been trying to retrain this. I'm sure my rubber bands are going to snap here. Trying to retrain it so that it does what I need it to do. Because everything builds up from the chassis on this particular model. I think most of these type of GT cars, everything builds up from the chassis like that, even the real cars. So that'll be definitely a consideration when thinking about which one we're going to do. I do love this black, this gloss black with the 76 logos. Interesting, they got 76 there and Texaco there, and then History Channel. That's awesome. Maybe it's just car 76. I don't know. I thought maybe it might be a Phillips 76. Maybe, yeah, you know what? It is just a Texaco car. Scratch that. Texaco car. It's just confusing there. Car number 76. Let's see. White Shoes Racing. Interesting. But History Channel. That's kind of cool. Very sleek looking machine. And there we go. Here's a mobile oil. I have this one in Tamiya, but I wanted to do this version. Just that black paint scheme is calling to me. And look at the look at this here. Ooh, look at that. That is cool. We also have this guy. This is the Hasegawa Hobby Kits Kenwood Kremer Porsche 962C. Now, what's a Kremer? Well, Kremer is actually brothers, two brothers. From Germany, and they have a tuner company that works primarily on Porsches, or used to, and this is one of the cars they used to run. So this kit here is a lot more straightforward. It seems like all the parts, as few as they are in good shape. Body molded in red, but the rest of it's molded in white. Still bagged up. But this chassis pan looks like it's probably in good shape. So that's awesome. But the complication is going to be doing the decals. Because as you saw in the box art, it's red and black. And check it out, we have red and black decals. So just a little bit of a difficulty with doing decal stuff. But definitely well within my wheelhouse. One of the reasons why I wanted to do a race car was because I wanted to tackle some more decals. So this one's definitely in the running. And then last, but certainly not least, be a bit of masking and painting on this guy too. But last, but definitely not least, is this one here, the Porsche 917K Tetsuya Ikazawa. I'm sure I pronounced that completely wrong. I apologize. 1971 Fuji Masters. This is the worst box art I've ever seen. But beautiful, beautiful kit. Check out these tires. Oh my gosh. Those are big boys. Chunky boys. Beautiful looking molded body there. Gonna have the back end. Look at the hinges. Look at the hinges. Got the little tiny pin there. And then the actual corresponding pin slot. So we could probably have this back piece flipped open. There is a little bit of engine detail, not too much. Cool looking wheels. Here's our fan. There's our fan. Hey, a fan. And then firewall, and then the chassis on this guy. Interior. This is really cool looking. Clear pieces. Look at those headlights. That is cool. Yeah, side lights. And then look at this delicate stuff here. I'm going to put my hand behind there. Maybe you can see that better. Look at these delicate pieces. Those are going to break when I go to cut them off. I can tell you right away. So again, this one's going to be a little bit less complicated. Oh, there are some chrome pieces here, headlight buckets and such. But very little complication on the color scheme, all green. And decaling, not really much decals there because it's just like the sponsor. I mean, back in 71, they didn't do a lot of sponsorship stuff. So as far as we can tell on this photograph, you can obviously tell he's running in the wet. This was taken from a distance apparently, and it is a box art printed from a photograph taken in 1971 during a rainstorm at a race where this thing's probably running 150 miles an hour past the camera. So all the opportunities to make a bad looking photo were there, but this is basically it. Beautiful looking machine in any color scheme. So I'm definitely considering that one. I could take the easy route and go with the Fuji car. I could ramp up my, test my painting and decaling skills on this guy here. Or I could tax my building skills and work on this guy here. So I haven't quite decided yet. We'll get back to you when we make a decision. If you have any input, please let us know down below. I don't think we'll do a voting thing, but I'm just curious to see what you guys think. Anyway, we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Thanks for tuning in yet again, and we'll see you in the future. Bye.